Guys, I'm back here again on EDO Pro. Today, I got you guys a crazy deck I want to showcase. In my opinion, the most degenerate Yu-Gi-Oh deck of 2022. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this deck is coming out in 2022. And you guys already know here on Team Samurai X1, I want to showcase you guys some of the most degenerate decks out there. So that way you guys can be aware of something like this coming out. Okay, guys, before I send this guy to the Shadow Realm, guys, it's Black Friday week. So that means on tx1.com, the entire website is now on sale. Make sure you guys get the awesome Team Samurai mystery box today in the link down below at tx1.com. Literally, my entire website is on sale for Black Friday. Literally, the entire week I'm coming hot. Guys, visit tx1.com today and get your mystery box today. The first ever mystery box I've ever made. All right, guys, this is enough. Without further ado, let's send this guy to the Shadow Realm. Let's begin. So first and foremost, we're going to go with paper because paper gang all the way. And okay, unfortunately, we're going to go second. But this deck is really awesome as well because we can actually break boards while going second. With the hand that we got right now is DD Salmon Copernicus. We got Contract with the Gate. We got DD Swirl Slime, DD Lamia, and of course, DD Vice Typhon. All right, guys, this deck is amazing. DDDs for 2022 is going to be one of the most degenerates and explosive decks that you guys will ever see here in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. Especially the fact that since we don't have Max C here in the TCG, this deck is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So before I go off with any of the most degenerate combos out there and explain to you guys on what this deck does for the brand new 2022 format, moving forward in the future, let me tell Mr. I Love Coke here and Coca-Cola, man, please don't scoop, smile. The first thing I want to do is summon Copernicus, okay? We can send Necro Slime to the graveyard off Copernicus so we can further on continue with our combos, alright guys? So that way that we have literally all the combo pieces. You guys already know Swirl Slime Lamia's combo, but Swirl Slime, Necro Slime, and Lamia is even more combo, right? So yeah, are you the real Team Samurai X1? Yes. Please stay. You're on video. Honestly, man, I have to do this every time I record a crazy video like this, just in case, you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna affect me like my Copernicus, which is completely fine. Okay, guys, because now we can go Swirl Slime. Let's see how many hand traps he has. He's going second, so he's probably a type of deck that can play like a billion gazillion hand traps or a lot of going second cards, right? So now what we can do is that we can actually activate Swirl Slime. We can just use Swirl Slime and also Typhon right here to summon King Genghis right here, okay? So summon Genghis. So now we're going to activate Dark Contract with the Gate, all right? So we need to get DD monsters on the field right now. And what this card does is going to search the brand new card, DD Griffin, directly from her deck to her hand. This card is absolutely ridiculous. So the skill effect, you can target one fiend monster you control against 500 attack for each Dark Contract, spell a trap card with different names you control, and in your graveyard until the end of this turn, destroy this card. But the most important effect is its monster effect. Is that if you control a DD monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it's a free Borrow the Spear for DD monster. If this card is Pendulum Summon, you can discard one DD card or one Dark Contract card, draw one card. That's the first Pendulum Summon effect. If this card is special from the graveyard, you can add one DD card from your deck to your hand. So this card is a Searcher, which is absolutely insane. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to set up one of the most degenerate combos out there where we actually lock your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is what DDDs is known for. And the fact that the deck just gets more and more consistent is what makes this deck a little bit more insane with the new support, right? So we're going to get freely special summon, of course, Griffin right here to start the field. All right, summon the Griffin. And so now, since Griffin is summoned, we get a trigger off Genghis to reborn back a DD monster, make, of course, Gilgamesh, and then pop off from there on end, right? So now I'm going to activate this card's effect. Really, really cool. We're going to target the Typhon that's in a graveyard, all right? Just a free fodder for Gilgamesh. So he's going to Ghost Spell that. So that's two hand traps that we're facing through. Not today! Not today! I like Coca-Cola said, I'm not today. Not today. All right, fine. So now, okay. So we still got to make Gilgamesh, which is still pretty good because any of these cards gives you access to Gilgamesh right here. But what we're going to do before we make Gilgamesh is that we're going to make right here Caesar. Okay, King Caesar is really important because during the player's turn, you can attach appear from this card at the end of the battle phase. Special summon this card from the graveyard, as many monsters destroyed as possible. But during the next standby phase, take 1,000 damage for each monster special summoned by this effect. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Dark Contract card directly from your deck into your hand. So right here, it's just a placeholder, so that way we can summon Gilgamesh right here. So that way we get an extra search to search our Eternal Darkness, which will literally lock your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. So using Caesar and also the Genghis right here, we're going to make the Gilgamesh. All right. Gilgamesh is broken. So now we get to activate Gilgamesh's effect. So now since we want to play Ash Blossom, Gilgamesh doesn't search anything, right? It just activates 2 scales directly from the deck and places 2 scales, which is really, really good. So we want to make sure that our King Caesar effect goes through. So we want to play around Ash Blossom. Our opponent has 3 cards in their hand. We need to make sure that our King Caesar effect always resolves. So we're going to activate Caesar effect, Chain Link 1, and now we're going to activate Gilgamesh effect, Chain Link 2. So that way that we can chain block Ash Blossom, which is really good. So effect Veiler, oh my god. I can't go the Eternal Darkness route now. Very, very unfortunate. This is Eternal Darkness right here. This card is absolutely broken. While you have 2 DD cards in your Pendulum Zones, which Gilgamesh was gonna do, your opponent cannot target monster on the field with spell or trap effects, tribute them for tribute summon, nor use them as materials for a fusion, synchro, or Xyz summon. This card is literally a dimensional barrier, especially against this format right now with Sword Souls running around and stuff like that. This card becomes insane. And also at the same time, Flunderies, your opponent cannot tribute summon. Like, if I got access to this, it's literally game. Literally, I had access to this. But unfortunately, since now, the effect Veiler the Gilgamesh, we need to go a different route. We do have Lamia in our hand. We do have Typhon in our grave. We still have access to this. So we can actually move our combo a little bit different right now. So that way that we can still lock our opponent from using 3 cards that they have access to on their turn. So we're going to search, of course, the Swamp. And of course, the full combo, without interrupted, will get you access to literally everything. 6, 7 negates, and also a lock. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys check out your Scenes channel in the link description box below for you guys to check out the full combo, which is absolutely insane. Now what we're going to do is very, very simple. We're going to activate, of course, the DD Vice Typhon's ability. Alright, we're going to use this card right here by banishing the Typhon, and also the Genghis is in our graveyard. Summon, of course, the High King Genghis. Unfortunately, this card is only in the gate on our turn. If it's in the gate on your opponent's turn, that would have been a little bit insane. So now what we can do is that we can activate, of course, Dark Contract with the Swamp King. And now what we're going to do next is very, very simple. Using Swamp King, we're going to make the Arc right here, which is really good. The Arc is really awesome because they're playing against a burn deck. The Arc becomes absolutely insanity, okay? So summon, of course, right here, the Arc. Now we activate, of course, Genghis effect to revive back the Griffin that's in our graveyard. And Griffin is really broken. And like I said, if this card is special from the graveyard, you get its effect, the ability to search a DDD card directly from our deck to our hand. We are gonna search the brand new DDD Hunt, Headhunt right here. This card is absolutely broken. So now we get to activate, of course, our Lamia's effect. We're gonna send, of course, the Swamp King to the graveyard to summon, of course, Lamia. And now, using the Arc and also Lamia right here, okay, we're gonna make the standard Siegfried, which is really broken. And now what we're gonna do right here is super simple. We're going to overlay on top of the Gilgamesh right here the brand new DDD Honesty King Doom Machina right here. This card is really broken. If you have cards in your other Pendulum Zone, you can target one Pendulum monster you control or in your graveyard, special this card in your other Pendulum Zone, and if you do, place a targeted monster in Pendulum Zone. Okay, its monster effect is what makes this card really broken, okay? You can also exceed summon this card by using DDD monster control as material. By using a DDD monster, any freaking DDD monster, you can overlay and summon this card on. You can only control one DDD Honesty King Doom Machina in your monster zone. Okay, once per chain, when a monster card your opponent controls activates effect, you can attach 2 materials from this card or destroy 1 Dark Contract card you control, and if you do, attach that opponent's card to this card as material. If the opponent did not Veiler us, we would have had this entire board with the Gilgamesh, 2 scales in the Pendulum Zone, with also Eternal Darkness, where we lock our opponent from playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But unfortunately, with the 3 interruptions that we still have how many interruptions? We have 1 interruption, 2 interruptions, and this card right here gives us an additional 2 more interruptions, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to set the Headhunt. This card's insane. It's basically a snatch deal. If you control a DD monster, target one face-up monster more controls, take control of it until the end phase of the next turn, but its effects are negated. It's a Snatch Steal. Do you guys wonder why cards like Snatch Steal is banned? Because it's degenerate. This deck is literally so degen. The fact that it locks your opponent from playing the game with Eternal Darkness, if we didn't get interrupted. Also, at the same time, it steals monsters, which is ridiculous, right? Not only does it steal, but it also attaches monsters, which is also another form of stealing, which is insane. Okay, so what deck is he playing right here? He has 3 hand traps. Sword Souls. Okay. Sword Souls. Okay. Vishuda. Okay. At all costs, whatever it takes, we have to steal this Vishuda. We have to. The reason why we have to steal this Vishuda is because if Monk gets on the field, then it can be a problem. Okay, we're going to steal this Vishuda using Head-On. Alright, steal that Vishuda. Okay. What else can we possibly do? Summon Moye. Okay. Activate Moye's effect. We can steal that. Oh, he has Satana. He has Satana. He has Satana. Oh no, that's not good. He has Satana, but don't worry. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm just baiting him. We can activate, of course, Makina's effect. Right here, we're going to destroy a Dark Contract card you control. And remember, it's not once per turn. It's once per flipping chain. Okay, it's not once per turn. It's once per chain. I literally steal the Moye. He gets a token. That's fine. Now he gets to summon Satana, which is really good. Satana, I believe that's the name. This card is really broken. If you control a no effect monster, you can specify this card for your hand. Of course, it's a free level 4 monster, which is insane. But whatever he summons, I'll just steal it. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever he summons, I'll just steal it. What can he possibly summon? If he summons Chicha, I'll just steal it. He can add something, but that card that he adds is not going to give him any value because he has nothing else in the graveyard. Even if he searches the Monster Reborn card, like, what can he reborn? Moye? Like, there's nothing that he can possibly do at this point, right? Because whatever he summons, activates effect, I'm going to steal it using, of course, this card right here. Machina, right? So I don't think there's anything he can possibly do at this point. Also, at the same time, yeah, he's summoning, of course, Ji Chao. If he's going to use the effect, maybe he just run and crash. He's actually going to use his card's effect. So now I get to activate his card's ability, which is super duper insane. I can literally detach 2 materials from this card, and I'll steal the Chi Chao. Like, what else can he do? There's nothing else I think he can possibly do at this point. Even Emergence, he doesn't have a card to discard off Long Yan. And also at the same time, I can just negate whatever he summons if he searches with Emergence or the Monster Reborn card, because, like, you have the Siegfried negate still. So literally, we literally dissected this entire board. And honestly, at this point, we draw the tactics, which is really amazing. But I don't think we need to do anything else. Like, we just enter the battle phase. My hand wasn't good enough. His hand wasn't good enough. Mr. Coca-Cola Man, right here. I'm telling you right now, bro, your hand was insane. Okay, but my board was just really ridiculous. Honestly, if I had a bunch of smaller trap card negates, I'm pretty sure you could have broken my board really easily. But the fact that my board is just so versatile, the fact that literally my deck can steal anything, this is the great thing about DDDs right here. Negates isn't the most important. Like, negates obviously is important, but it's the disruption is what makes his deck a little bit explosive, right? And what makes his deck scary is the disruption aspect that his deck has access to. Literally stealing a monster, making sure that your opponent has no monsters that they can summon. Also at the same time stealing them, taking away the materials that they're going to use for synchro summoning, makes this deck very scary. And the fact that it's so versatile, this card is literally a Trident. A Trident. You summon this card on top of any DDD monster, and it automatically becomes a Snatch Steal. It automatically becomes that. That's the problem with DDDs right here. And it's going to be super degenerate because anything you try to summon, anything you activate, guess what? I'm stealing it. I also steal it, and also at the same time, I get to use the effect to keep stealing every single turn. And it's not once per turn, it is once per chain. Read Machina again, okay, guys? This card is once per chain. All right, once per chain, when a monster card your opponent controls activates its effect, you can attach 2 materials or destroy a Dark Contract card. Oh my goodness, this card is ridiculous. And guys, I recommend you guys checking out the full combo in the description box below for you guys to further understand this deck. I think this deck is super degenerate. I think this deck just got one of the craziest ports of 2022. And the fact that we don't have Maxi here in the TCG, this deck is definitely going to shine, which is absolutely ridiculous. So let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comment section below. I love you guys. Shout out to Yassine for this deck once again. And guys, Black Friday week, make sure you guys get your awesome mystery boxes today in the link down below at tx1.com. The mystery boxes are only going to be available for 1 week only, so make sure you guys get your hands on the sexy, beautiful mystery box today in the link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and it's your boy Sam from Team Star Sam signing out. All right, guys, peace.